There is a subtle, unspoken gesture that completely shifts the dynamic between you and a woman in a matter of seconds. It doesn't cost a single cent, it doesn't require model tier genetics, and it has absolutely nothing to do with memorizing smooth pickup lines or playing tactical mind games. In fact, the reason most men walk right past this secret every single day is because they are far too caught up in trying to perform. They treat dating like a job interview where they have to constantly sell themselves, talk nonstop, and prove their worth. But real attraction doesn't happen through a polished sales pitch. It happens through pure, unfiltered presence. When you learn to drop the performance and step into total presence, you unlock something deeply magnetic. Women don't fall for the flashy front you put up. They respond to the quiet confidence underneath it. The moment you master this silent approach, her defenses don't just crack, they melt away naturally. She stops viewing you as another guy trying to get something from her and starts viewing you as a grounded, reassuring force. Your entire energy changes, and suddenly, connecting with her stops feeling like a high-stakes test and starts feeling smooth, natural, and completely effortless. The modern dating world has completely brainwashed men into believing that winning a woman over requires a high-energy performance. Most guys walk into an interaction like they're stepping onto a stage, convinced they have to constantly talk fast, tell endless jokes, boast about their job, or show off their lifestyle just to keep her interested. They treat connection like a constant effort, where standing still or falling silent means failure. But here is the brutal truth that almost every man misses. Long before a woman's conscious mind ever listens to your words, analyzes your career, or rates your sense of humor, her nervous system is already making a snap judgment about your raw energy. Human biology has evolved over thousands of years, hardwiring women to immediately read subconscious cues long before logic kicks in. Within a fraction of a second, her nervous system asks one fundamental question: is this man safe and grounded, or is he anxious and needy? When you try too hard to impress her, fill every pause with frantic talking, or push to gain her approval, you aren't showing confidence. You are broadcasting subtle desperation. That underlying tension radiates off you, triggering her internal alarm bells and causing her defenses to instantly go up. When those alarms go off, she emotionally retreats. It doesn't matter how handsome you are or how impressive your resume sounds. If your energy feels forced, intense, or seeking, her instinct will be to protect her space and pull back. The modern dating trap is believing that doing more will get you closer, when in reality, the most powerful thing you can do is calm down, drop the routine, and give her nervous system the safety and space it actually craves. True, disarming attraction is never about relying on a single party trick or a rehearsed routine. It is the seamless fusion of three grounded behaviors that signal pure, authentic self-assurance. When these three elements come together, they create an undeniable aura that instantly captures a woman's attention without you ever having to try too hard. The first pillar of this dynamic is the intentional approach, which dictates how you physically enter her personal sphere. You must move toward her with clear purpose, but absolutely zero sense of urgency or rushed anxiety. When a man moves too quickly, twitches, or fidgets, his erratic body language instantly broadcasts internal nervousness and a desperate need for acceptance. By deliberately slowing down your physical movements, you give her nervous system the crucial time it needs to register your presence as calm, controlled, and entirely comfortable in your own skin. This controlled pacing subconsciously proves that you are a man who commands his own space and refuses to be rattled by the moment. The second pillar relies on the power of an unshakable gaze, which establishes an immediate, nonverbal bridge between the two of you. Your eye contact should feel warm, steady, and deeply present, never sharp, predatory, or overly aggressive, as if you are trying to force dominance. At the same time, you must avoid the common mistake of constantly darting your eyes away out of self-consciousness or a fear of making her uncomfortable. The goal is a relaxed, gentle gaze that communicates complete composure, silently letting her know that you are fully engaged in the interaction without desperately fishing for her approval or validation. The third and most challenging pillar is mastering the confident pause, which separates ordinary guys from truly magnetic men. Whenever a natural lull appears in the conversation, the average man, panicked by the silence, will scramble frantically to think of something clever to say just to keep the momentum going. However, when you lean into that silence with relaxed posture and a knowing smile, you transform an awkward pause into a moment of pure magnetic tension. Holding a comfortable silence demonstrates that you don't feel obligated to entertain her or perform like a jester just to hold her interest, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are secure, composed, and completely at peace in your own presence. The secret behind why this grounded approach works so deeply isn't magic or clever psychology, it is pure, hardwired human biology. When you interact with a woman, her subconscious mind and nervous system are constantly scanning your body language, tone, and pacing to determine whether you represent threat, chaos, or safety. By deliberately slowing down your physical movements and approaching her with measured intention, you send an immediate signal of safety directly to her autonomic nervous system. Instead of triggering her innate defense mechanisms or putting her on edge, your calm energy actively soothes her body, allowing her to drop her guards, lower her defenses, and relax in your presence. At the exact same time, maintaining a grounded and warm gaze creates a powerful neurological bridge between the two of you. When you hold eye contact without looking away out of fear or staring intensely to prove dominance, her brain interprets your stillness as authentic trustworthiness. This relaxed visual connection stimulates the natural release of oxytocin, the key hormone responsible for bonding, deep trust, and emotional closeness. Rather than feeling pressured or sizing you up logically, her body begins to physically register a sense of comfort and affinity toward you, softening her dynamic with you almost instantly. Finally, your total ease with silence completes this biological shift by creating a secure, pressure-free emotional environment. When a man panics during a lull in conversation, his erratic energy releases subtle stress signals into the room, causing the woman to feel tense and responsible for keeping the interaction alive. But when you remain completely comfortable in the quiet pauses, you demonstrate that you are not hungry for her approval or desperate to keep her entertained. This unbothered composure builds a safe, spacious container around the interaction, removing all hidden demands and inviting her to feel entirely free to let down her guard, speak from her heart, and open up to you naturally. When this powerful combination of presence and calm takes hold, her body will naturally betray what she is feeling long before her conscious mind decides to put it into words. Women rarely state their attraction or emotional comfort out loud in the beginning. Instead, their physiology handles the communication for them. The very first clue to watch for is the character of her smile. You aren't looking for that quick, polite, surface-level grin people use out of social obligation. You are looking for a genuine, slow-building smile that starts soft around her eyes and gradually spreads across her face, a visual proof that her nervous system has shifted from guarded to completely relaxed. As that comfort deepens, her involuntary physical cues will begin to stack up right in front of you. Pay close attention to her eyes. Instead of glancing away to scan the room or checking her phone, her gaze will start to linger on yours much longer and with a warm, soft intensity. You will also notice subtle, subconscious self-touching behaviors, such as her gently playing with a strand of her hair, brushing her hand against her collarbone, or resting her fingers near her neck. These tiny movements are natural physiological reactions to microbursts of positive nervousness and growing attraction, showing that her body is actively processing the magnetic tension you've created. Finally, watch how she positions her body in relation to yours as the conversation unfolds. Without even realizing it, her physical stance will soften and open up toward you. She might subtly adjust her posture so that her shoulders, torso, and feet are directly facing you, or she may naturally lean in closer to bridge the physical space between you. Physical barriers, like crossed arms or a bag held tightly against her chest, will casually drop away. These automatic, uncontrollable bodily reactions are bulletproof evidence that her guard has thoroughly melted down, signaling that she feels completely safe, intrigued, and emotionally connected in your presence. The moment you start treating this approach like a calculated tactic to trick or manipulate a woman, the magic completely dies. Women possess an incredibly fine-tuned radar for insincerity, and if you are using these behaviors as a hidden strategy to get a specific outcome, like getting her phone number, seeking her validation, or forcing a reaction, she will sense the underlying motive instantly. Authenticity is the ultimate currency of real attraction, and true presence requires you to step into the interaction with zero expectations, letting go of the desperate need to secure a specific result. To execute this properly, you have to completely shift your mindset from trying to get something to simply enjoying the present moment for what it is. Walk up to her with the sole intention of sharing a pleasant, grounded interaction, rather than treating her like a prize to be won or a puzzle to be solved. Stand steady in your own physical frame, plant your feet firmly, and let your body settle into a natural state of ease. Maintain relaxed, warm eye contact without staring her down or frantically searching her face to see if you are doing well. When a pause happens, don't rush to fix it. Embrace the quiet as a comfortable moment of shared space, rather than a problem that needs solving. When you surrender the urge to control the interaction, your energy shifts from demanding to inviting. You no longer need to perform like an actor on stage or pitch yourself like a salesman. Your stillness, your composure, and your ability to remain totally unbothered do all the heavy lifting for you. By stepping back and simply being fully present, you create a natural, magnetizing environment where she feels zero pressure, allowing real chemistry, comfort, and genuine connection to unfold completely on its own.